Shalom, shalom, Yasharallah, shalom, my mishpachah. You know, every time I hit the record button, the first thing I want to let you know, the first thing I want to express to you is that, and it's the same thing I end up saying every time, it has to be said. What I got to say to you today, it's so humongous, it's so massively important, and those of you who I know are listening, those of you who I know care and believe, you are the reason I'm saying that. I want to let you know that what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try to make this video quick, short and sweet for you, but Abba willing, I can get it across to you so you can see just how fortunate, how blessed me and you are. You know, for those of you who've been listening, we've went over so much scripture regarding this second Exodus, when he says that in that day I will draw them out from the lands of the north and the four winds of the earth and call them back, whistle for them to come back to the set apart land, to his set apart mountain. I've proved it. I know that some of it might be hard to believe. I know it's impossible for the majority to believe it, but I know my beautiful sisters that do care and do believe and do invest some of your time to hear this stuff out. I know that it's even hard for you to believe it, but I know you've seen it. You've seen me go over so much scripture and documents and all kinds of stuff to prove this to you. So check this out. I know for a fact, Abba has proved it beyond the shadow of a doubt. It's not a matter of disbelief or not. It's a fact that the day is coming. That's why I'm here. I know that's why I'm here. I'm not saying I know that's why I'm here, like I'm pretty sure that's why I'm here. No, it's a fact. And look at all the people that have denied this, that are going to deny it, that have laughed at it and mocked it. They're not going to get the reward for one, but they're going to be punished. But how blessed are we to have been included, to have been called to this? It's, you know, all the believers, all the world, they're out here just living their life, and the only significance to their life is going to work every day, watching TV, reading a magazine, buying a car or a truck. Look what we have been given. We are part of the conclusion of the scripture. We've been called. Look at, I don't tell y'all everything that the Most High shows me about all this stuff, and how amazing He is on the dance floor. I can't convey it all. It just, we don't have enough time. I'm not that bright. We can't do it. But think about, and what I'm gonna say right now, it's going to sound like I'm boasting, like I'm bragging. But for those of you who know me and who care, my beautiful sisters, my mishpachah, how many times have I read to you about the women were a great company when it's talking about the women that come to the set apart place? What I'm going to say, it's going to sound at first like I'm boasting, and it's the only way to get it out. But I trust that my beautiful sisters, you're patient. You know that I'm not about that. I'm not trying to brag or anything. The reason I have to maybe sound like that a little bit, it's to express something to you, to get you to see just how blessed you are. You haven't denied. I mean, I'm not saying that you've been, I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not saying that all of you have been here with bells on, but you've blessed me richly with all the encouragement that you've given me. And really, I can't thank you enough. Just imagine my life for a second. Y'all know what I'm doing, where I'm at. I'm not out here waking up every day and clocking in and clocking out. I'm not on Facebook going round and round and arguing and talking about things that do not mean anything. They really don't. Because most of the conversation is about misconceptions. It's about the arguments are over things that aren't even real, that the word don't even say. How I know you've witnessed how the Most High has blessed me with a set apart understanding of the word. You've seen it, and you have reaped from it just as much as I have. I'm not out here like living life like everybody else. I have been given a mission, and it's in the word. It's the coming home, if you want to call it the second Exodus. It's what it is. There's other people that are talking. Miss Tarina, you can back this up. There's other people sharing the truth that this is the land and everything. But I know Miss Tarina, just like the rest of the Most High has given me an understanding. He didn't just throw it at me, this understanding. That it had to be given. And I only could have received it if I couldn't have received it, excuse me, if I didn't have the level of hunger that I do. And see, so by me saying that, the naysayers, the unbelievers, they're gonna think, well, look, he's letting you know, ladies, that you should be thankful just to have known him. And y'all know that I would never say nothing like that. I'm the one that's blessed to have known you. But hear me out. I'm here to do something that is, and this is not a brag, this is just the truth. I'm here to do something that no one has ever done before. That doesn't make me special. It's just the fact that that's what I'm doing. And you've seen how I've shown you that what that is called is the key of David, of Daoud. And do you think it's a coincidence that my name's David? The Most High, he thinks of everything, like I always say. This ain't, being how we're given what we're talking about right here, the final bringing home of his children, and it's bigger, and it's bigger than the first Exodus, because just think about this. They were all in Egypt, slaves, like with the whip. They were, and all that stuff with Pharaoh and Moses happened, and then they all come out from one spot. And they weren't individually doing the tango like we are today with the Most High. The Most High had to get on a whole nother universe of intimacy with us to call us out one by one, individually, tailored. Our faith, our walk has been tailor-made to bring us home. And the stepping out in faith, in belief, to even hear these things that I talk about, to even talk about it, it's producing, it's giving growth to something that's never been created before that we know of. Nothing in the Bible has, it can compare. This is, like I said the other day, he saved the best for last, my family. And I'm sure some of you have witnessed, like, the way people have been talking to me on Facebook this morning and last night. And I mean, that's been happening, but it's like it's getting thicker with every passing day. And just think about what it means to do what they're doing. If I'm like the conversations I'm talking about, if you look at them, you can see that I try to like diffuse a situation, but I do try to take an opportunity to try to like share some truth or something when something's being discussed, and it's not me stopping to put my 2 worthless cents in. It's me attempting to try and share something that's priceless. And the world, the unfortunate way the world looks at that is like they think that I'm just trying to be a big shot, or I'm trying to do it, and that's not what it is. They can't see that I'm trying to love. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's why, I can, if I wanted to be a jerk, I could be one. Trust me, and you probably know that. So when I'm in there and you see me like dancing around their feelings and trying to, and I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm going to love them to the end. And it will, if I go into a conversation with the hopes to share some priceless information, I got to try to do it to the best of my ability. I can't go in there and just fail, fumble as soon as I step into the conversation. I have to, there's times where I have to just play things off and let them sit and talk to me the way they do, and just smile and joke and even try to make them smile and make them feel good about themselves. So I can maybe get something, whatever it takes out of my mouth, so a light bulb will go off. So they'll be like, oh, okay. And I don't want any credit. They don't have to say, oh, I heard that from Dottie. No, they can forget all about me and just go run with the message. That's all I care about. Give all esteem to Abba Yahuwah. That's all I care about. So even here today, the night, it seems like the nicer I try to be to someone, the more the less they care about uncovering their heart right to my face, looking me right in the face. And like there was a lady I was on in a conversation with this morning on Facebook that said that she commented and she was, and you can see that it was her accusing me, like claiming that this is how I believe. Like she was saying, well, this is why this is, and this is. So you could tell that she thought that I thought those things. She thought what she wrote would tell you that she thought I thought only the Jews are the chosen ones. And y'all know better than that, right? Well, and she's someone that we kind of talked even privately here a while back, just for a few days. And I tried to like let her know how I feel about some things, because she's a Christian, and she was like on guard just because of my name on Facebook. She knew, she saw Yahuwah on it, and she was, so, but I don't want to limit Abba. Abba, there's nothing impossible with him. And I love everybody. I can, the person I was telling you, that I told you that I was trying to tell you, that's here right now in person, this person is someone that them people would never even look at. And he's someone that I met him at one of the hotels I was staying at, and today he didn't have anywhere to go. And I'm not telling you this to toot nothing, but I tried to give him $10 because he didn't have any money, and he wanted me to put it on his Cash App card, and I didn't have time. I was like, well, I can't. And he said, just forget it, and just like, and it was like, and I offered him to give him a ride and do some things. But by the time it was over with, my flesh really wanted to be like, well, then screw you, buddy. I mean, I tried to, you're every time I offer something, because I like you, I don't want to, I want to help you. And every time I do, you get more sideways with me. Like, just to like if I think about, if it was me, like if I was in his position and someone was helping, I'd be so thankful. Like, I ain't going to bite the hand that's trying to help me out, Like, why didn't he take the $10? I said, well, you can take it at least that way if you're thirsty or something, you got it. And he said, no, if you can't put it on my Cash App card, and that's how these people are on Facebook. And I've tried to witness stuff to him too. And it's like talking to a wall. There's no doing it. It's impossible. And these people, like, there was a guy that was talking about the rapture last night on YouTube, and I was conversing with him in the comment section. And when I finally got it out what the image of the beast is, and about Isis Rael and everything, he was gone. He never said goodbye or nothing. And all before that, when he was talking to me and other people in there, he was laying down the Christian, being who Christians claim to be, like loving and courteous and kind, and what are they denying? They're denying the truth. Okay, that it's the truth. There's no doubt whatsoever that this is Yerushalayim. We've read it in the scripture over and over, all through it. And then you supplicate that with all the other outside evidence that I've brought to the table. There's no Abba, he delivered on his promise. And that's what this is. We are his inheritance. He's given us our inheritance. And these people are denying it straight up, hands to the face, and for no reason. There's like that lady I was talking to this morning on Facebook. She was claiming that I believe something, and I was like, wait a second, do you think that I think this, whatever you're saying? And then she was like, how dare you respond to me like that? And I just kept going, doing my thing, and I joked with her and stuff. She said, how dare you do me like that? Why don't you just go ahead and enjoy your morning cup of coffee? And I was joking. I know she lives out in New England or somewhere. I was joking. I said, wait a second. I was trying to lighten the mood and just diffuse the situation so we could keep engaged in a conversation so it won't end and be worthless like all those conversations on Facebook are. I said, hey, how did you know I'm drinking coffee? You're not watching me, are you? Are you stalking me or something like that? Joking, clearly joking, and anyone who witnessed it, she knew it was a joke. But guess what her response was? She said, you need to remove that. Or no, this is what I said. I said, are you watching me? I was like, I don't want no beef with you, ma'am. You ain't trying to start some kind of beef with me, are you? LOL. Go look at it. And her next response was, I would never want to start beef with someone. I would appreciate it if you would go remove that comment or something like that. I said, really? I said, man, that was a joke. I said, you honestly didn't know that was a joke? And that was just me being naive or trying to keep the ball rolling. She knew it was no joke. She just didn't want to talk anymore to someone talking the truth. They deny it because they want to keep doing what they're doing. They want the money, cars, and clothes. They want the clock in and clock out and then just get on Facebook and talk about things that don't mean nothing. That's what they want. But what did the Messiah say? He said, if you are of me, you will walk as I did. We're actually living the life. We're actually, that's why I'm getting all this understanding, insight of the word that we're getting. They can't even, they haven't even seen a percentage of it. And that's not me saying that we're better or I'm smarter than anyone. It's just that they could get it better than I could, because most of those people are highly intelligent. They're way smarter than me. But they're refusing it. They're denying it. They're slamming the door shut on it. They're like, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want that. This is how we do it. And they talk about the same thing over and over again. But if you read through the scripture, you see that this life is an adventure. He leads us. There would be a time, and it's the time we're in, where he would call his children out of the lands of the north and the four corners of the earth. They don't want no part of that. That's too real for them. Like that, they don't want it to get that real. They just want to just keep on doing. What kind of life would that? I don't want that kind of life. I don't want to just have Bible studies about about the same old thing over and over again, with never learning really nothing really new, life changing, fulfilling, satisfying. I don't want nothing to do with that. I want to be satisfied like I've been every day. So, Mishpachah, I'm living a life like you read about in the Bible. The Messiah, we've been reading. They didn't believe nothing he said or did. They thought he was crazy about everything he did. But what did he do? He did things that no one has ever, nor probably ever will do again. He was actually living life. He was actually doing things, big things. But they laughed and mocked and scoffed. Just think about it. Even if you have a little bit of a doubt, you're not 100% sure that what I'm doing is what I just told you I'm doing. Even if not, humor me for a second. What if I am? What if I'm the first one to come here and it was my job? I answered the call, but the Most High He's raised me up and He's had in mind this whole time since I was born, before I was born, to use me as someone who would shout, report back to the coming generation about what I've been reporting on. And that is what it is. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But I'm trying to put it in a way to you because I know that, I'm not expecting anyone to just fully believe this. Like I know Miss Tarina, she does. And hallelujah. Imagine how blessed you are, Miss Tarina, all of you. But we read it right here in John chapter 20, verse 29. Yahusha said to him, Thomas, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and have believed. What Facebook has shown me that there is no faith on there outside of y'all and me and maybe a couple others. And isn't it odd that there's no guy that we see in my comments all the time that's here. There's a brother named Matthew that's over in California. He used to stop in once in a while, and he's pretty cool. But when it gets too serious, he dips on out too. And if you heard that, that's just the truth, Matthew. That's what it is. And how often, I know you've heard me say, come prove me wrong. That's not me being arrogant or trying to pick a fight with you, bro. That's me saying, if you don't believe it, why don't you come try to see? Where is the love in that? Everyone's talking about how they love their brother. I don't see any of that from them people that say that. Because not a one of them, every time I've tried to squeeze up in there and say, hey, you got to come look at this. Oh no, they won't even look at it, and they'll go on and talk about it and avoid me and stuff. That's what they would have did to Messiah. That's what they did. Without the miracles, he would have been walking alone a lot. But that wasn't his job. His job was to get the party started, perform all those miracles to grab everyone's attention, my attention, your attention, so we would know who he is. That's not what Abba has in mind or has ever had in mind with us. What he has in mind with us is to give us our inheritance. And he wants to give it to everybody. But guess what? We're the only ones that are opening the doors. When we heard Messiah knocking, and he said, whoever hears me knocking, if you open the door, I'll come in and dine with you, and you dine with me and my Father. Blessed are you, my beautiful sisters. You haven't slammed the door shut. How blessed are you? See, I wasn't trying to brag. I was trying to get you to see just how special you are, how blessed you are, what it means that you've came and actually cared and loved your brother. To be willing to hear what I say, knowing that everyone thinks it's batshit crazy. They thought that about Messiah. They thought that about Jeremiah. And I'm going to read that to you. All people who were of the Most High, speaking what he told them to speak, none of them. The only one that was accepted was Jonah in Nineveh. And that happened because he didn't accept the command. He got in the boat and went the other way. That's why these people today are only going to receive the sign of Jonah. They don't want to work for them. They don't want to get serious and intimate with him. They want to stay in first grade and just keep hashing out old news. That's all they want to do. And what that's created is hatred. Abba said that they would trade good for evil and evil for good. If you go in there and you try to be nice and stuff, and look, okay, if you still ain't 100% sure that I'm telling you the truth, humor me a second. If this is the truth, and this is in the inheritance, and he's given it to us, and he's give me the truth of it, and this insight that he's given me, that he's given me, you've seen that, and I've been trying to relay it to people. Why would I do that? It's love. That's what love is. Love is an action. Hatred would be me not going in there, me saying, oh, they'll never believe me. I know every time when I go in there what it's going to be, but I have hope, and I got to try. If I didn't try, I would be a coward. I'm no coward. Abba wants me for the job. He got me. I'm going to give it all I can. They deny it. They deny love, and in return, they give me back hatred. They lie about me and do me, dirty. Another sister that I haven't even seen in a long time on Facebook. The last video I made here for like the last month or so, I've been, every time I share a video, one of my videos on Escape Babylon, I put the everyone tag on there. So everyone in the group has a chance to see it. And 2 or 3 ladies got right on there and said, why are you tagging me? And was upset about it. And the one in the middle was a sister that me and her used to read scripture together and stuff. I thought we were good. I didn't even know she was mad at me. I just really didn't. I thought about her a couple times, but when I seen her yesterday, I realized I hadn't even thought. I just didn't even think about her not being around anymore. And she let me know. She had no problem letting me know where she'd been. She said, because of some mistake I made when I read Isaiah chapter 40 through 45, she let me know in layman's terms that because of that mistake that I'm worthless. I'm not worthy to be in her conversation and to not tag her. And like I said in that post, like, if I get tagged over some a scam or something, that don't bother me. Like, it's just a notification. Slide it to the left or whatever and get rid of it. But it's your brother on here. You say you're Mishpachah and that you love your brother and everything, but you're going nuts because I tagged you in something. And you got to know that I'm not doing it to pick on you, to be like, oh, I'm going to tag her and see how she likes that. They know better than that. They don't want the truth. They don't want it. My mom, her and her congregation, they're like Jew wannabes, really. They're Messianic Hebrew roots. They got the flags on the wall. They all got the stars on their necklaces. They go to Israel. They've been over there 2 or 3 times. I think they're going again. They idolize that place. And wouldn't you think if my mom idolizes that place. Wouldn't you think when I came and told her about it, she would say, I mean, I halfway get her saying, you're crazy, son. But I do not understand, and I know that it's going to be the death of her if she continues to do this. She's never one time said, show me, prove it to me. I've tried to bring her proof, and she's like glanced at it and she's pushed it out. She slammed the door shut. She pushes it out of her face. She don't want nothing to do with it. Right before I was given this truth, she told me she had a dream, and she said, I can't figure out what this dream was about. She said, I was on a big boat like the Ark, and I was up on the top of the boat, and we were on the ocean, and it was a bad storm, and it was pitch black darkness. She said, and I could see towards the front of the boat there was a man, and he looked like Messiah. And she said she walked up there, and he said, this boat's going to crash pretty soon here in just a second. You see that rock? When we get up there, if you jump off to your left, you can get off and you'll live. And she said she instantly turned around and looked behind her, and there was a door on the floor, and she went over and picked it up, and she looked down there, and there was all kinds of people, and one of them was her pastor. And she said she crawled right down in there. I said, you didn't get off? She said, no. And I said, you don't know what that means? And she said, no. I said, Mom, are you kidding me? I said, Mom, what that's trying to tell you is, what the Most High is trying to tell you is that if you stay with the crowd, if you get in to fit in, go along to what's that saying? If you don't step out and walk towards the truth and be willing to do whatever it takes for truth's sake, and give all esteem to Abba Yahuwah and not the Hebrew roots Messianic congregation, you're going to die along with them. Because you want to be with the people, it's going to get you killed. Go along to get along. She wants to go along to get along. She would never dare even look at this truth. But wouldn't you think, like, if that was me, if I was all about Israel and someone told me that, if I didn't look to see if what the person was saying was true, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I'd have to go look. And so what's that say? It says that all these people are full of BS. They're not, this is a game. They're lying. They're not who they say they are. And that right there is a product of the image of the beast. That's why the mirror is so involved in that. Like that man Tony. These people, they could look in the mirror, but they aren't who they see in that mirror, who they claim to be. And they know it deep down inside. They base their decisions on that fact. So what's happening? It's going to be a horrible day for them. It is a horrible day right now. They're not getting these blessings that we're getting. All they're getting is mercy right now. They think that they're blessed. But what's the truth? The truth is that they ain't getting nothing. All they're getting is mercy. If they would have at least cracked the door open and said, who is it? To see if it is Messiah, they would have received more blessings than what they got now, because what they've did now is they've kicked the door shut and bolt locked it, run 6 or 7 locks up and down it, and slid a wash machine in front of it. They don't want it to be opened. Y'all are so blessed. I don't even know if you realize just how blessed you are. And I know you don't realize how much you have blessed me. You have no idea. Like I've said, there's been so many times where I wanted to give up because of the reception that this truth gets. And there's been times, and y'all didn't even know it, that just because you said something nice to me, it was just enough that gave me just enough hope, and it caused me to continue on. You have no idea. And Abba, imagine, just humor me, if what I'm saying is true, and I'm who Abba's using to do this, imagine how blessed he's going to bless you for encouraging me in order to keep me going. It's unbelievable, Mishpachah. And the whole world has slammed their door shut. They want nothing to do with it. And it's told us that in the Word. But there are going to be more coming. You can best believe. And I think that's what this year 24 is all about. The year of the crossing. I'm pretty sure. But regardless, I don't make no date predictions or nothing like that. What the facts are is he's given us the truth. We've been putting it out there. People, the seeds have been planted, and they've mostly fell on rocky soil. And the cares and the lust of this world has choked them out. Y'all were fertile soil, where it had a chance to grow and flourish. And my sisters, if you lived back in the day with Messiah and you were walking around with him, say you were Mary Magdalene, and you've seen how no one believed a word he was saying, that they were only there for the bread, but you seen the truth he was saying, would you confess him? Would you be like those cowards that said, we're not confessing him because we'll get thrown out of the congregation. We'll get thrown out of Facebook, whatever. And hey, y'all do what you want. Just, I do ask that you keep doing what you're doing because I can't begin to thank you enough. But I hope that you guys walk and step out in boldness. Miss Tarina, you've been bold to do the things you've done. And I know you have seen plenty of times that you've seen enough times how people respond to this truth and me. So I know that every time you shared my post or you've mentioned it, you knew that there weren't going to be people. You probably knew that there was the potential for people to come badmouth you for doing it. That's part of us earning our blessings. So, it's hard sometimes. You know that I get down sometimes when people are doing me that way, but today I feel like I want them to do it all. I want more of it. Bring it on. I want to keep esteeming him and his name, doing the job he's asking me to do, and the fact that I'm getting treated just like Messiah did and all the prophets and everyone who brought truth to the world, I'm getting treated just like them. It's today I have a brand new joy, a brand new excitement, a new level of a point of view of what it means when they do me that way. And if you did start proclaiming this truth loud and clear, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get ridiculed, mocked, and scoffed. But if you see it like I'm seeing it today, there's your reward. Every time they mock and scoff you, Abba is blessing you richly for this truth. He has big plans for all of us, to use us to accomplish the climax of it all, the finish. Just like he used the prophets, just like he used David, just like he used Samuel, Samson. We're in that company. I've read it to you before. The women who come and do this are a great company. That doesn't mean that that it's a great number. It means that those who do it are great women, faithful, trustworthy, beloved. And you know, I do want to tell them, people, to get up out my face, but I don't, because I want to do the job I was asking me to do. I don't want to stop. I want to keep the hammer down on it. And that means me being as nice and gentle as can be with these vultures. I don't want to tell these people who I still hold out hope for to get out my face. I want to tell the one who motivates them, that dragon, Satan, to get up out my face. I haven't played much Daoud, and lately, and that's my boy, and he is blessed. He's blessed me so much. He changed my life, because I know that this is all was planned, preordained. Abba put him here to bless people, and I was one of those people that he had in mind, because music is so important to me. And when I found Daoud, it was like getting a brand new ride or something. It was like it gave me the ability to go great distances. The fact that he does what he does. So I'm going to come read Jeremiah to you. You're going to want to hear what it says and get even more inspiration.
Yeah. No more, brothers. They fruit. Oh, it's a way. Yeah. We see them false accusers like they send that thing my way. Shout out to my lawyer, reason why I beat the case. Devil tried to stop it, Father did it anyway. I walked about the world and told them get up out my face. Get up out my face. Get up out my face. You know I told the devil, get up out my face. Get up out my face. They let the sound of your lawn. This boo about to be crazy. I got the springs, jumping the void and the stings. Even through all of these madness, I saw the Father. I know them devils are bothered. I turn the hate to a cobbler, ready to work. I like to sell my rider. I know the rule out the driver. Everything kosher, even the diet is kosher. Do it one time for the culture, do for the shit. Yeah, it be coming endorsed. And it ain't none of that bogus. Watch for the splat. It took a few of them trips. I brought a few on the trip. Follow the chief. I'm just a citizen, bro. Nothing worth mentioning though. Why they mad? I thought that I was a failure. I keep you all in my prayers. I'm on the clock, joining the Father familiar. Really, I hope it compares. Still on my proof. I got no envy inside. I want my brother to rise. Out of the dust, I put my feelings aside. I keep my eyes on the prize, straight up and down. I already know I stand over and over again. I'm never tired. I keep my energy pure. I keep the law in them gear. Holding the faith. I know this thing in a race. I know it came with some breaks. Look for the signs. Hope I be making in time. Moving and staying in line. We see them false accusers like they send that thing my way. Shout out to my lawyer, reason why I beat the case. Devil tried to stop it, Father did it anyway. I walked about the world and told them get up out my face. Get up out my face. Get up out my You know I told the devil, devil, get up out my face. Get up out my, get up out my, get up out my face.
Come on, my beautiful, blessed, amazing sisters. You know, I really couldn't even say that about my biological sisters. I wouldn't have the same appreciation, love, hope for them like I do when I say that now. It's just like our relationship. If we can still continue to encourage one another and do what we're supposed to do, that is, and at the same time loving the Most High, growing in our relationship with Him, we're going to be so tight with the Most High and each other that it'll be an unbreakable bond. We've opened our doors. We've turned our ears on. I want to read this real quick, some of Jeremiah 26 right here, just so we can see what the world, what it's about. And just more evidence of what we're dealing with. Just more reason to tell it to get up out our face. Verse 1, in the beginning of the reign of Jehoiakim, the son of Yashayahu, the sovereign of Yehuda, this word came from Yahuwah, saying, Thus said Yahuwah, stand in the courtyard of the house of Yahuwah, and speak to all the cities of Yehudah, which come to bow themselves in the house of Yahuwah, all the words that I command you to speak to them. Do not diminish a word, not a word. If so be that they listen and each turn from his evil way, then I shall repent of the evil that I plan to do to them, because of the evil of their deeds. And you shall say to them, Thus said Yahuwah, if you do not listen to me, to walk in my Torah, which I set before you, to listen to the words of my servants, the prophets I am sending you, even rising up early and sending them, though you have not listened, then I shall make this house like Shiloh, and make this city a curse to all the nations of the earth. And the priest and the prophets and all the people heard Jeremiah speaking these words in the house of Yahuwah, like in Facebook. And it came to be, when Jeremiah had ended speaking all that Yahuwah had commanded him to speak to all the people, that the priests and the prophets and all the people seized him, saying, You shall certainly die. And don't think for a second that there ain't plenty of those people on Facebook that are thinking that same thing. If it was back in them days, they would gladly say it out loud. But their tails tucked deep between their legs. They're not about that life in any stretch of the imagination. Why have you prophesied in the name of Yahuwah, saying, This house shall be like Shiloh, and this city be dried up without inhabitant? And all the people were gathered against Jeremiah in the house of Yahuwah. And the heads of Yehudah heard this, and they came up from the sovereign's house to the house of Yahuwah, and sat down in the entrance of the new gate of the house of Yahuwah. And the priest and the prophet spoke to the heads and all the people, saying, A death sentence for this man, for he has prophesied against this city. What are we doing? That's why people like my mom, I guarantee you, a big part of her motivation is that she wouldn't want her Pastor John to know that she was willing to look into what I'm talking about. The praise of man is far more important to her and these people than the praise of the Most High. But that doesn't mean I have to lose hope. I have hope for her. The dream I had when I came, the first dream that started this whole thing, when I was up on the Flat Top Mountain, I'm sure you remember. I was in a little camper, and Raylene Pemberton, who does me like a dog now, came on a crotch rocket and stayed the night and then left the next day. That was showing me what she was going to do. Me and her used to talk all day long. She used to tell me that I was her best friend all for years. And now, crickets. She don't even want to be seen talking to me. She won't do it. And don't care how that makes me feel. Doesn't care one bit. I wouldn't do that to her. Anyone. All these people that have done me like a dog, I wouldn't do that to them. I wouldn't do anything that would cause them to feel like that. But they got no problem doing that to us. They actually enjoy it. And all they want is us to shut up about the city. They don't like it. But Mishpachah, today it's coming. It's pedal to the metal. That they're gonna know that what I was proclaiming was the truth, and they're gonna know that they denied it, like Peter 3 times, and they're gonna gnaw and gnash their teeth. That's unfortunate, but that's the facts. I don't want that to happen. That's why I'm gonna love them to the end. Let's love them to the end. But they are who they are. But the dream, after she left, I fell asleep on the little couch in the camper. And my mom, like, even before I had that dream, like, since like 2013, 2012, 2009 actually, like, I started to realize who the anti-Messiah was in 2009. And anytime I tried to talk about any of that stuff to her, she wasn't having it. She's always been stiff-necked. All my family. But in that dream, I fell asleep on a little couch in the camper, and I woke up in the dream, not in reality, but I was sleeping in my dream. It was weird. And I heard someone knocking on the front of the camper, and I looked out the front, and it was her. And she said, and never in my life has she ever had that look on her face, a smile, and said anything even remotely close to what she said in my dream. She said, "Son, you were right. I'm going to get the kids and I'll be right back." I said, "Okay." She said, "I'll be back." And she left. And I was like, "Oh, whatever." I didn't know what she was talking about. So that's Abba right there. That's Abba just giving me some hope to hold on to, because I love my mom. I've talked about this in the early years of this channel so many times. Like I back then I didn't know if I would be able to carry on knowing that they all gnawed and gnashed their teeth. My mom, my sisters, my brother, all these people. But you can't, you can drag a horse to the water, but you ain't making him drink if he don't want to drink. And if you read in what's that book? It's Elisha, is that? No, it ain't. It's Esdras. I don't read it that much. But I do recall the last time I read it was, and I read it on this channel, was I was reading how he asked the Most High. He said, "Those who are going to death, is there anything that us who will go on to everlasting life, is there anything that we can do to petition to you to maybe give them some leniency and allow them to live?" And he said, "No, absolutely not." He said, "Because when that happens, they will have had all the opportunity, and you will have been someone that will have tried as hard as you could possibly try to get them to see this truth. And after all the frustration and the aggravation and the hell you'll go through to try to help them to see this. If they don't and they go, you won't even think twice about it. You'll know you have done all you could do. This is for those who believe, those who aren't cowards, those who praise the Most High and not man, those who don't care what man thinks. They don't need to fit into a congregation. They see what these people on Facebook are about, how they uncover their heart, how they're prancing around. They want everyone to think that they're these good people, but it don't take 10 seconds of talking to someone like us to reveal to anyone that's looking that they're dark black inside. They're like a void, like a wormhole in space. And it doesn't even make sense. That's more of that image of the beast. Everything those people see, it's not what they think it is. And no doubt they probably are at more and more starting to see what it is. But the more they do, the more the tighter they hold on to Babylon, because they don't want to lose it, because that's all they love and esteem. And that's what these people do. Right here. Look what they're doing. And Jeremiah spoke to all the heads and all the people, saying, Yahuwah sent me to prophesy against this house and against this city with all the words you heard. There you go. He said that. What I told you in the beginning of this video, what I've been saying. I was born for this. The other night I was talking to my mom, and I asked her what if I was born at what time of the night I was born. My birthday's February 9th, which is the 40th day of the year. And this is what she said. She said, and for no reason, she said this. She said, I asked her, I said, when was I born at night? And she said, she said, it was late at night. And, but about a month before that, she said, I hadn't felt you moving or kicking for a few days. And it scared me. She said, and I went to the hospital and they couldn't get you to move. And we were worried something happened to you. And she said, and I was sitting on the hospital bed, and the doctor come in with a big gold trumpet. And she said he put it up to my belly, and he blasted it onto my stomach, and you jumped and moved. I'm not kidding you. You can ask her. That's what she told me. Why she told me that, I don't know. And then she went to answering what I asked her initially. She said, this is what she said, and this is how my life has went. She said, you were born at like 8 o'clock at night on the 9th, which would have been the 40th day. And she said, but I didn't see you till like 11 o'clock the next morning. She said, I was exhausted. I said, you didn't see me? She said, well, I seen you when you came out. And you know, I've been through pregnancies, and I've seen moms where they are worried to death. They want that child right on their breast as soon as it comes out. They reluctantly let the child go with them doctors to go back there where they lift them upside down and do all the stuff they do. No one even went and looked at me from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. the next day. When my children were born, they never left my sight. Never left it. We've never left Abba's sight. Mishpachah. We got one life to live. And we're already blessed enough to know who we live it for. Let's not in any way mimic these scoundrels. And that's what they are. Does that mean I don't love them? No. I hope that they come out of their scoundrel ways. But the facts are that anyone that could do that to someone when they're trying to be nice to them and just do them like a dog because they're proclaiming something that's true, they're doing the job the Most High's asked them to do, and they don't like it. But yet they want you to know that they're holier than you. that you ain't even worthy to even talk to them. And I know that. And when I'm talking to them, I don't care if I look like a big idiot. I could care less about that. If everyone that saw that conversation would go the rest of their life thinking I was the biggest idiot that ever lived in trade for whoever I'm talking to have a light go off in their head and they see something. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not talking about a fantasy here. I'm not acting like that I know that they need, like I got what they need. No, it's evident. If you can do someone like that and you're telling everyone that you're this loving person, member of Yasharal of the 144, you're a nasty person. That's just how it is. Because you've put on a facade wanting everyone to think that you're special, but in reality, you're like a wicked witch and you will lash out at any time. And you don't even care if the people that you're trying to convince that you're a princess sees. It's a horrible thing. And I don't take joy at all in that. That's more of my motivation to try with these people. But the devil, he can get up out my face. They don't, these people, the way they act, the life they're living, that's not for us, my sisters. We've been called for something special. Just imagine if what I'm saying is true and we are those who will proclaim to whoever will listen to come home. Abba's calling us home. We're going to everlasting life. And you see all kinds of people are slamming the door. They're rejecting it. They're laughing and mocking and scoffing like these people. I think they killed Jeremiah over this. They would kill me. Those people on Facebook, if they knew, if the police come in and said, hey, you can kill Dottie and you'll get away with it, we'll watch, we got your back, they would do it. A lot of them would. And those who would are people that 10 minutes before that would be pretending to be the nicest, sweetest little bag of Skittles that ever was made. Yes, they would. And, we all have our faults, there's times I want to slap the crap out of people too, but that's why he uses the word lovingly committed. We're not always going to just naturally love people and be all peachy with them, but if we're committed, then we're going to do what we have to do in order to love those people all the way to the end. We're not like them. We're set apart. They say they're set apart. And, again, that doesn't make me happy that they say they're set apart, but they're not. No, I'm stressing that to y'all who I know is set apart. Because all the more being how we are who we are, and we've been given this blessing, this task. You're as blessed as you are. Don't in any way behave like they do. Don't be cowardly. Don't refuse the truth. Look into it. Find the truth. That's what I want you to do. I want you to find it. And I definitely don't want anyone to deny the set-apart spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. We know that's the reason it's unpardonable, because if you deny it, that means you didn't listen to it and now you're going to die. That's how it's unpardonable. It's not that just he made that rule. It's just a fact. It's a fact of life that if the news comes to you that you should move 2 feet to the left because a tire's falling out of the sky and you're going to die, if you refuse that news, well, it's unpardonable because the tire's going to hit you and you'll be dead. Yahuwah does establish you, my beautiful sisters, as a set-apart people to himself. As he has sworn to you, if you guard the commands of Yahuwah, your mighty Most High, and walk in his ways. And all peoples of the earth shall see that the name of Yahuwah is called upon you. And they shall be afraid of you. And I know that's not what we want, but that'll be the facts. And what I want, what I hope to gain from that is that they see that upon you, and it encourages them to want the same thing. It will shine light on the fact that the truth is being ignored and denied, and that it's not hard to find it. All you got to do is try. All you got to do is love. If you love Abba, Yahuwah, the Most High, our wonderful Creator, our righteousness, with all your strength and all your might, you gladly, anywhere, anytime, any place, fall on your face and give him all praise, all honor, all glory, and all esteem. If you do that, proclaim the good news of the reign of Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, today, my sisters. Let's not live in defeat like these cowards. Let's be bold and courageous with the voice of a lion. I love y'all. Shalom, shalom. You're the best.
For real, yeah. Been on the clock, man. No clock out rule. Yeah. Whew. What's good, what the law say? Friends are swinging in the broad day. Stay online with y'all always. Line busy, no call away. Good hands, we in all state. One kid and we all straight. Pure love don't involve hate. Yeah. Please excuse me, set apart. 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 Intertwined with the spirit, denying flesh and the lyrics. The world wanna dig it up. All I wanna do is kill it. Expensive tape, eating mellow. For bad vibes, got a jam. Devil never getting through. Call me saint like the Lou. Pour the blue for the light. All I'm doing is the numbers. If you love them, tell them twice. Trying to wake them out of slumber. Be searching for the weed. Wolves craving for a sheet. Got to jump on the dogs. Got it all from the laws. Burn it up with the grill. Pick them up like a lift. Fire smooth out the ribs. They think you who is a milk. People so full of jokes. Lost your line on a host. Dirty living to some dick. Couldn't clean it with no soap. You can't keep it honest with yourself. Truth good for your health. Seeing brought separation. It's either death for a belt. Play the cards how they dealt. Why you crying but some more? You still alive, it could change. With you who will never lose. What's good, what the law say? Friends are swinging in the broad day. Stay online with y'all always. Line busy, no call away. Good hands, we in all state. One kid and we all straight. Pure love don't involve hate. Yeah. Please excuse me, set apart. 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 People say all the time, Yahushua is the only man that did it. Okay, so now you said it was a man who did it. Interesting. I'm a man too. But he said, if you owe me, you will walk as I did. He gave us the blueprint right there. So when you read his story, you're supposed to be embodying it. But the rehearsal period right now. So you're practicing it till you get perfect.
But if you ain't got no time to practice it, you can't get perfect.